In a small village surrounded by dry, rocky hills, there lived a young man named Arjun. He was the poorest in the village, with little to his name except a fragile mud hut and a mother who depended on him for everything. Every day, Arjun worked tirelessly, plowing fields for landowners, carrying heavy sacks of grain, and doing odd jobs just to earn enough for a meal. Yet despite his circumstances, Arjun had something that no one else in the village seemed to possess: an unyielding determination to change his life. In the evenings after a grueling day of labor, Arjun would sit under the large banyan tree at the edge of the village. In his hands was a worn-out notebook he had found in a pile of discarded items years ago. He filled its pages with sketches and plans for strange contraptions, machines that could pump water, grind grain, or plow fields. These ideas were inspired by stories he'd heard from travelers about cities where machines did the work of many men. The villagers laughed at him, calling his dreams foolish and impractical. A poor man like you should focus on filling his stomach, not dreaming of machines, they often said. One day, an opportunity arrived in the form of a traveling merchant who needed laborers to build a canal. The pay was better than anything Arjun had ever earned, but the work was brutal. Without hesitation, Arjun joined, determined to save every coin he earned. For months, he toiled under the scorching sun, eating scraps to survive. By the end of the project, he had saved enough money to leave the village and try his luck in the city. The city was overwhelming, a place of chaos, noise, and opportunity. Arjun found work at a workshop repairing machines. Though he started with menial tasks, he was eager to learn. He spent nights studying engineering books borrowed from a kindly librarian. Slowly, he began to understand the mechanics behind the machines he once sketched. It seemed like his dreams were finally within reach. Then, one fateful night, something strange happened. While working late in the workshop, Arjun overheard two men arguing in hushed tones. He recognized one of them as the workshop's owner. The other man was a wealthy factory owner who seemed agitated. "If we don't get that machine fixed by the end of the week, I'll lose the contract," the factory owner said angrily. The workshop owner hesitated and replied, "It's impossible. The part you need is outdated, and no one knows how to replicate it anymore." Arjun couldn't resist. Quietly, he approached and said, "I think I can help." The men turned to him, their expressions skeptical. "You?" the factory owner scoffed. "You're just a helper." Arjun confidently explained how he had studied the machines and believed he could recreate the part using spare materials. Intrigued but doubtful, they gave him a chance. For 3 sleepless nights, Arjun worked on the part, using every bit of ingenuity and knowledge he had gained. On the 4th morning, he presented the finished piece to the factory owner, who tested it with bated breath. To everyone's astonishment, it worked perfectly. The factory owner was so impressed that he offered Arjun a contract to design and repair more machinery for his factory. Arjun's life began to change. He used the money from the contract to develop his own invention, a manual water pump that could help small farmers irrigate their fields. But just as success seemed certain, disaster struck. A rival inventor accused Arjun of stealing his design and took him to court. The villagers, who had once mocked him, whispered that Arjun would never escape his bad luck. In the courtroom, Arjun was asked to present his sketches and prove his innocence. Nervously, he handed over his tattered notebook, filled with years of ideas. As the judge flipped through its pages, he noticed something. Among the sketches was a design dated years before the rival's patent. Arjun had unknowingly documented his invention long before the rival's claim. The court ruled in Arjun's favor, and his name was cleared. From that day on, Arjun's reputation soared. His water pumps became widely popular, and he expanded his business, creating tools that transformed the lives of farmers. He returned to his village a wealthy man, but he never forgot the struggles that shaped him. He rebuilt his home, cared for his mother, and set up a school to teach children about science and engineering. Years later, when people asked Arjun about his success, he would smile and say, "It wasn't just hard work or dreams. Sometimes life tests you in ways you never expect. Those moments of doubt and suspense, that's where the magic happens." And under the banyan tree where his dreams were born, children now gathered to write dreams of their own. Moral: hard work and perseverance can overcome any challenge. Stay true to your dreams, face adversity with courage, and success will follow.